everybody, it's Wendy. Welcome. I'm so excited you're here today. I have such a fun technique to show you. I want to show you a couple cards first that I made using this technique. And they are over on my blog along with the details of the colors I used to create them. So this is the first one. Isn't she adorable? I used my Copic markers to color her in, and then I created this really fun background for this card. Isn't that beautiful, spooky glimmer paper? Yay. And then this is the stamps that I used. So these items to make this card will be available September 1st. The spooky cutout, the stamp set, and stuff like that. So you can purchase those September 1st unless you're a demonstrator, in which case then you can purchase them early now. So the other card I made using this fun background technique is this one. And I used this fun stamp set, no bones about it. It's in the annual catalog, and I just love the way it turned out. I think it's a lot of fun. So you can check out those on my blog and check out the color combinations I used to create those. And then we are going to go ahead and create a fun card today using the same technique. So I have a piece of cardstock here cut at 5.5 by 8.5, folded in half to make a 4 1/4 by 5.5 card. And then I took a piece of Post-it note paper and cut it at 4 1/4 by 5.5. And I used the floral framelits to cut out this piece here. And I am going to find where to peel it off. The backing, because there's a backing. It's sticky on one side and not on the other. Come on. You know how this is when you're trying to get a corner started. I'm sure there's a great tip out there for that. Okay, so I got the corner started there. I'm just going to fold this back while let's line this up. Hopefully I can get it on here right and not make a huge mess. And then I'll just peel away the backing here and lay this piece down. And now we have this masked off. So all of this over here is masked off, and we're going to do the coloring in this area. So the color combination we're using today is Stampin' Up! Ink Pads Night of Navy, Elegant Eggplant, Perfect Plum, and Wisteria Wonder. And what I do is I buy the stamping sponges from Stampin' Up! These big sponges like this. They come 3 in a package, and then I cut them into 4s so that I can use them to do my sponging projects, and that just saves me some money and helps them go a little bit further. So I'm using Night of Navy first, and I'm just going to start out by inking the top here. And I'm just moving in circles. I'm picking up ink in the ink pad and moving in circles. And I'm kind of trying to be careful right here because I've got a little teensy piece. If I go this way, I think it'll probably rip it off. So just trying to be gingerly at that area. Then we're going to use Elegant Eggplant for our next color. And again, I'm just going in circles, and I'm going into the blue just a little bit to kind of blend those two colors together. Next, I'm going to use Perfect Plum. And it's just a little bit lighter of a purple. And then last, I'm going to use Wisteria Wonder. And this really creates a beautiful, there it is, background. And the Wisteria Wonder has a little bit of a blue feel to it. So that kind of ties it into the color up here, the Night of Navy. Even though it's purple, it's got a little bit of a blue feel instead of red. And it kind of just ties it in. So now we have this beautiful gradient flower with different colors, kind of an ombre look. And we're going to peel away the mask very carefully because I don't want it to tear my paper. So when you're really gentle with this, it'll come off really nice. And so I can see right away where I made a little flub. I don't know if you can see it or not. But right here, I didn't quite get the mask all the way over to the edge, so I ended up getting ink right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and trim a little teeny bit of the card off. Like, you know, an 1/8 of an inch. And that fixed the problem. I'll get this out of the way. Alright, so now that we have that part fixed, we are going to do some fun stuff to change the look of this flower. Just like this, it's really beautiful, and I could just leave it this way and do some stamping and it would be great. But I want to go ahead and add another element. So what I'm going to do is take my aqua painter that has water in it, and I'm just going to squeeze some water down out. Oh, that was a little much. And if you can soak up the water before it starts to pull the ink, that's the best. Okay, so now I have splashed water on there, and you can see it's starting to pull the color off of the flower. So I have this big flub here. It just is what it is. Sometimes those things happen. I'm not going to stress about it. But I want a little bit more dots. So I'm just going to go back in again with my water aqua painter and flick that water down on top. And it will continue to pull ink up off there. I'm sure you can see how it's doing that. Okay, so then what I wanted to do is I want to stamp this happy birthday sentiment just right over the top. But I really know that if I just stamp this in black, it's really not going to show up very well. So I think what we're going to do is heat emboss it. So in order to heat emboss, I'm just going to need to make sure that my cardstock is really, really dry, because the powder will stick to anything that isn't dry. So I'm going to go ahead and dry it. Okay, so now we're going to start our embossing. So I'm taking my embossing buddy here, and I'm just going to rub it all over the front of this card. And we are going to emboss in Whisper White. I'm going to use my Versamark ink pad to ink this stamp up. This image is beautiful, and it's from the Happy Birthday Everyone stamp set. And this is a Hostess stamp set, so you can't purchase this stamp set, sadly. But if you put in a $150 order, you could add it to your $150 order to get it for free. Because when you order $150, you get $15 in product for free. So that could be something that you add to your order. So I'm just inking this up really good. And I'm going to stamp it right down in the center. And now let's hope that I got this good and dry and we don't end up with embossing powder sticking in places it's not supposed to. I tried really hard. Yay! Okay, so now we're going to heat set this. Okay, so we're all done. It's a super simple one-layer card, but it's really beautiful, and I think anybody who received this would just love it. It's very basic, but it just is brilliant and pretty and simple, and that's the joy of it, right? So thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. You can go over to my blog and see the pictures of the other cards and the color combinations that I used for the inking in those. Also, you can sign up to get my emails over on my blog by signing up at the top with your name and your email address. And I often send free tutorials on things that you can make, and even printable tutorials sometimes. So when you first sign up, you're going to get 3 free tutorials right away. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I hope you had fun watching. Bye-bye.